Hello, movie trivia Schmoedown fans. We have had apparently a great week of Schmoedown matches, or so I've been told. Now, I have watched one of them, which I already did a reaction to, but I've missed a couple of them. However, I've got some time on my hand, so I figured I'd just watch this one, which is Brother Lomis versus Frankie Alvarez. Brother Lomis is a very highly anticipated character in the Schmoedown, and people have been wanting to see this guy finally. He wasn't allowed to do interviews before the draft, after the draft, before his first match. So, let's see if this guy has the character to match the name. And also, let's see if he's got the trivia knowledge to support his character. Obviously, I will be also participating in this being a singles match. I've got my red marker up and ready. So, let's see if I can get my usual 10 questions right at all in this match. Here we go.
There he is.
Wow.
Oof. The man that Schmoedown needs.
Hello,
Wants.
Brother Gucci. It is
Hello,
a glorious day today as we prepare to cleanse the animal, is it not?
Oh my God. We are going to crush this guy. And without any doubt. Without a doubt.
Yes,
You know-
once we toss him into the flames, he will be forgiven.
You know it. He's going to get served. Like I said, the FinStech exchange, don't get got. We go get. And that's exactly what's going to happen to the animal. Now, since we're here, brother, why not? We got some time. Speaking of forgiven, we should do maybe a little confessional here. I've been feeling a little guilty lately.
I would be humbled that one as mighty as you would confess to I.
I was sifting around the other day, and my hand just wound up in my girlfriend's pocketbook, and I took like $60 out of it. I mean, that's not bad, right?
No, Brother Gucci, it is good to be communal. We are about sharing in the exchange. But men like Kaiser, these filthy beasts, they are about taking. You are about togetherness, unity.
See, I never looked at it that way. Another thing, I told that numbskull dork Ben Bateman that he was better than he really is.
Brother Gucci, when you are dealing with a man of such insecurity, a man of such moral weakness, sometimes you must bend down to his level. That you would stoop so low to lift him so high shows why you are the one true leader of Schmoeville.
Yeah, you're right. He is a moron. Another one. I told that dope Shannon that her stupid plastic crown actually looked good.
Brother Gucci, she is not prepared to accept the truth. She is one that cares only of vanity, one who cares only of her appearance. You must feed her ego before she can face the flames of truth, before she is ready to accept your wisdom. That you would allow her to even listen to even your falsehood is beautiful. It is courageous of you.
Last one, I have this little issue with this parole officer of mine named Gene. Who's named Gene nowadays anyway? We got into a little argument. I didn't like what he had to say, so I went by his house and slashed all 4 of his tires.
I know Gene, and he is an immoral man, and he would have been heading to a den of iniquity had you not stopped him. That you did this for him, Babaguchi, is a sign in your benevolent heart that you wanted to save him from darkness. And that is why you are the one true prophet of Schmoeville.
Let's take care of this animal.
We will cleanse him indeed.
Well, that happened. Apparently.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the movie Trivia Schmoedown. I'm Christian Harloff, joined as always by Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. Mark, what a crazy season it has been already. And yesterday we saw our first knockout as Saul takes out John Humphrey, and a big knockout there by the Den. Today, we see the debut of the Finstock Exchange. They have not appeared yet this season. They were the favorites to win it all last year. That did not happen. They caused some noise in the draft this year with their heavily drafted rookies. However, Sam Levine and the usual suspects, also a lot of rookies, the same amount as Finstock Exchange. But Sam Levine finds himself in a position today with his rookie, Frankie the Animal Alvarez, with this victory. Early season, but they can take over first place just like that.
Yeah, it's like the last 24 hours have been a nice smorgasbord of Schmoedown history, where John Humphrey's been part of the game since the early 70s. Then we had Saul, who was a touted rookie last season. And now, Christian, we have, I feel like I'm opening a pack of 86 Donruss because I'm looking at two rated rookies here with Frankie Alvarez and Brother Lomis. There's only so much you can know about these competitors. Sure, they had great audition tapes. They got drafted. They're in exciting factions. But you and I, all we have to go on is one real piece of tape. And other than that, I don't know how they prepare for each other, so I think it's just a mind game within themselves. How do you keep calm? How do you maintain composure when you're underneath the white-hot spotlight of the movie Trivia Schmoedown for your very first time?
Look, both of these guys have really made some noise in the offseason to get drafted. Frankie, the Animal Alvarez, another New York kid, a guy that I am super excited to have into the league. You know, of course, know him from the Basement Yard and the things that he just has the right attitude. And if you listen to Bobby Gucci, which no one really should, Bobby Gucci was saying that this kid was sending him gifts to try to get onto the exchange. He was even after he got drafted, he was knocking down the door. I don't believe any of it, but this is what he's been saying. But Brother Lomis is a guy that has just been a mystery. He's been on no after shows. He's been on nothing. All we see are these promos that he's been launching throughout the Facebook groups and everything else too. He's a scary individual. Does he know trivia? I have no idea, but he scares the hell out of him.
Yeah, I mean, you know my issue with people from New York, Christian. They really get mouthy about baseball teams and how their pizza's the best, which I do concede it is. And so Frankie Alvarez, you know he's going to have that tough attitude. But with Brother Lomis, I don't even know what he is. Is he a member of the clergy? Is he a friar? If he's not, he might be the most hyped monk since the series finale of Alf back in the 80s.
Nice reference. All right,
Nice,
so Mark,
I love it.
this was we're already set up for a lot of smack talk that's been going on online. There's been a lot of talking about exercising, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot of exorcisms. There's a lot of exorcisms. There's confessions going on. There's just straight up insulting. So this is going to be a fun promo, nonetheless. Here we go.
Here we go.
Hello, children of Schmoeville. It is I, the glorious Brother Lomis, the herald of 1,000 joys. I began to hear rumors and whispers of an abomination taking root in Schmoeville. I did not want to believe this, my children, for I believed that Brother Harloff was a righteous man and he would not allow such a thing to happen. And when I saw this debauchery in the heart of Schmoeville, I knew I could not let it stand.
I wonder how much
I knew
of this
I could
is
not
real.
stay on my mountain contemplating.
Like his accent.
For they led the children of Schmoeville astray.
Now, I've drafted a lot of rookies here, and we're going to keep with that theme. But you know what we need in our faction? We need a preacher. We need somebody who's going to speak the word. And that man is Brother
Lomis.
Prepare yourself, all of the infidels of Schmoeville, because judgment is coming. And judgment's name is Brother Lomis.
March 11th, baby. It's going down. I finally have my first match in the Schmoedown. Your boy is a usual suspect, and I got a match against Brother Lomis. And guess what? You're not going to want to miss it.
I saw you there, Brother Alvarez, on draft night, as you were reborn a Schmoedown competitor. Brother Lomis, he wept for you.
One of the first rookies that Christian Harloff and I spoke about on the phone was this Brother Loomis character.
I don't know anything about this guy, but aside from his personality, and it just fits with what the Exchange is trying to do this year.
Let me tell you a little story. Upon driving down in my
Is
spaceship,
he saying that the Exchange is taking a back
I
seat
noticed a little
this year?
church on the right-hand side in Nebraska. I went in there, and all I did was heard a voice. I went up to him, and I go, "What is your name?" He said, "My name's Brother Loomis." And I go, "Brother Loomis, have
Is
you
it
ever
Loomis or
played
Lomis?
trivia?"
Everybody's
And
saying a
he
different
goes,
thing.
"Gucci?" And I go, "Wait a minute, how'd you know my name?" He goes, "Because the Lord told me you were coming today." And I said, "That's enough said." So I pulled out the dossier, and I gave him 200 questions, right on the spot. And guess what? He got 201 of them right.
This isn't a circus
What?
act. This is the movie trivia Schmoedown, sir. That fire and brimstone stuff, it's great. Hilarious. But it's not movie trivia. Get yourself some real players. Like Frank Alvarez. Your boy, the animal Frank Alvarez, is competing. And on March 11th, I got my debut match.
I'm coming in with, respect to the game, good amount of trivia knowledge, but also the willingness to learn. Obviously, my goal is a belt in any way, but I'm not going to be motivated by that. I am here to not look like an idiot, and I'm here to make this league better. And if that means that I got to take a couple belts while I do that, that's what has to happen. Boys, I play for the name on the front, not the back. Don't you ever forget that, okay?
Gucci, get it together. I don't know. I don't want to single it out to just this one guy. You got a whole faction of clowns there. Ooh, maybe you could be the Finn Clown Exchange next.
The Finn Clown
You think about that.
Brother Loomis is here to cleanse the Schmoedown. Cleanse everybody. He's going to baptize JT on air soon.
Got my debut match, baby, against Brother Lomis. Brother Lomis, you can't
I mean,
hide
after
no
what
more.
we saw in
No more
SCN this
keyboard
week.
warrior, Brother Lomis. You gotta face me on March 11th, and I'm coming for you.
Oh my God.
I'm coming for you, baby. You better bring the heat.
In the benevolence of my heart, I will cage that wild animal, and I will toss it into the flames of my judgment, where it will sear the flesh and burn the taint of the usual suspects from your body. I will present you to the one true prophet of Schmoville, Tom Dagnino. So rejoice, Brother Alvarez. Your suffering is almost over, for your day of judgment comes.
Why is it that
He's a
everybody who
great
preaches,
actor.
once they start to yell, it just really, it's supposed to be peaceful, but then they start to yell and it just scares me, Mark. I feel like hiding. And this guy, he yells well. He yells well.
I felt like I was
He's on a
back
good
at the
fashion
Comedy
for
Store
yelling.
in the mid-'80s when a young man named Sam Kinison, who came from the priesthood, he was a preacher, and then he decided to go to the dark side, if you will, of the world of stand-up comedy. I don't know that Brother Lomis is going to be opening for me anytime soon, but hey, he could get a big W here today, but standing in his way is a guy who's tough as nails and ready to talk some smack himself. That would be Frankie Alvarez. This is going to be a fun one, partner.
All right. Are you ready to get going here, Mark?
I think my words indicated yes. Let's exorcise some demons.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first, representing the usual suspects, making his Schmoedown debut. He is Frankie the Animal Alvarez. The animal has made it to the Schmoedown. Frankie, we've been talking for a bit, brother man, and now you have made it. This is your debut. Let's get this off the bat.
Let's do it.
Dagnino, saying that you were knocking down the door, wanted to be part of the exchange, kept calling him after you were drafted by Sam. True or false?
That is, come on. We already know enough about Bobby in order to know exactly what kind of garbage he's spitting, which seems to now have seeped into the mind of Brother Lomis.
You know, Frankie, I hate that hat so much, but I love that jacket, so I guess we'll go back to even par here. When you think about a Brother Lomis, I mean, he gets to talk a lot of smack, as we saw in the promo, sure, but there's so much mystery surrounding him. So do you bother yourself with who your opponent is, or are you just focused on what's going on between your ears in your first official Schmoedown appearance?
Listen, I tried to prepare for Brother Lomis. I did. I really did try to prepare for Brother Lomis. I went out in the street. I found a dead raccoon. I found some roadkill, stared at it for about 15 minutes. Didn't work out well. So I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to worry about myself. All right? These internet weirdos that try to just get in your head and get you flustered, I've seen way too much of that in order to waste my time thinking about them.
All right, listen, Frank, last question before we bring in your opponent here. I know how much you want to compete in this league, and because of the great start that we've already got from Amaru Moses and, of course, Marie Wilson, is there pressure on you to coming into this match here to get the suspects in first in this early situation, or you just play it as it comes?
I mean, of course, there's pressure, man. My faction mates, my teammates have done a great job thus far, and I want to continue to bring success over to the suspects, because we're all working really hard in order to bring success because of how much, let's be honest, how much everyone talked about how poorly the suspects did during season 7. So there is pressure, but I'm here to do what I got to do. I know what I know, and just gonna try to take it on the chin if I need to.
All right, thank you to the animal. Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
And his opponent. Whoa.
Representing
the Finstock Exchange. Making his Schmoedown debut.
This is
Brother Lomis.
Brother Lomis, you
Excuse me, mighty Harloff. I know you are the creator, but the spirit has moved Brother Lomis, and I want them to witness the sparks that will soon become an inferno that will cleanse Schmoeville of loser behavior forever.
Loser behavior.
Loser
as if
behavior.
you were possessed by Gucci.
The spirit
All
of
right,
Gucci.
Lomis, let me ask you this question then, man. You're coming into the Schmoedown. You have been behind the scenes. Why do you believe that Gucci is the guy for you, that he's going to take you to the promised land?
Brother Gucci is the one true prophet that can make Schmoeville whole, that can rid us of corruption and perversion. And that is why he called forth Brother Lomis.
Brother Lomis, I'll already congratulate you because you managed to cut off Harloff. That's a thing that very few people have ever been able to do. My name's Mark, by the way. Nice to meet you officially. My question is about leading up to this match. There were a lot of rookies that were popping up on a lot of after shows. They got a lot of talk on SCN Live, but you've remained somewhat clandestine, somewhat underground until today. So was that a move on your part? Was that part of the strategy that you inherited from your faction leader? What's with all of this cloak and dagger?
As was written long ago, Brother Ellis, the truth cannot be revealed until the appointed time. And now, my friend, is the appointed time.
All right, he made me his brother, Christian.
Yeah, well, I think everybody is at this point. All right, Mark, our competitors are here. Please read the rules around number 1.
That's Lomis, that's Alvarez, and Christian and I are the two internet weirdos that Frankie was probably referring to. In round number 1, the field of competition is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Sorry, Lomis, I don't believe Bible movies are a category just yet. Each question's worth a point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There's no stealing.
To be quite honest.
At least not in round 1. I do believe that is one of the commandments, as a matter of fact. Each competitor is going to hear the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer with whatever writing surface you prefer. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself some time for dramatic or thought purposes, use a JTE rule. But again, you only have 3 of them. And you only have 1 challenge, which can be used at any point throughout the 3-round match. If you think there's just something fishy going on with a question or an answer or a ruling, use your challenge. We'll bring in your manager. They'll confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place. Christian, look at the focus on these 2 competitors. Lomis looks like he's in a weird convent somewhere, and Alvarez looks like he's at a convention hall. That's a giant room.
Listen, I've been waiting on this guy to show up. He's been gone. He's been behind his keyboard just typing away, and now he's here, so he can't run away.
There is no running. There is only cleansing, my friend.
All right, so there is the start between Lomis and the animal as we start. All right, well, we ask Lomis first. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
We asked the animal, are you ready?
Born ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Round number 1. Question number 1, gentlemen. Here's the first one. Which actor plays the character of Dr. John Watson in the 2009 film Sherlock Holmes?
You see, Christian, on the series finale of Alf, Alf became a monk because the writers got lazy.
I believe that because you are obsessed with that show. And
Got the
5,
answer, but there was an ad in
4,
between, so
3,
I had some more time
2,
to think.
1. Pens down, hands up, please. Hands up for everybody. And we start with Brother Lomis.
Jude Law.
That is correct. Frankie.
Jude Law.
1-1 as we get to our next question, Mark.
Dying to know if that's Lomis's real accent. Your next category
Me
is
too!
in the world of animated movies, drawn by hand or on a
Movies
computer,
are-
and the
movies
query
that
for
are
a point.
animated.
Which 1990s Disney animated film features the songs Zero to Hero and Go the Distance?
I can go the
Now, I
distance.
hear these questions these days. You know, it makes me realize one thing. My title reign was a fluke. All right, here is
The revenge tour's not coming back.
5. Sam should feel good about that. 4, 3,
I read the question before
2,
they finished saying it,
1.
so
Pens
doesn't
down,
necessarily
please.
count,
And
in my
Frankie.
opinion.
That would be Hercules.
Hercules.
That would be correct. Brother Lomis.
Hercules, he is divine.
2-2.
He is divine.
And here is the next question between Lomis and Alvarez. Fantasy sci-fi. Gentlemen, which Oscar-winning actress stars as a witch who sets the story in motion in the fantasy musical film Into the Woods?
You know, every time I see you and Sam on camera together, Christian, I do have flashbacks to that brutal defensive struggle match.
It's horrible. It was horrible. It was just horrible. 5, 4,
Once again, I
3,
read the question first.
2,
I gotta stop doing
1.
that.
Pens down, please. And Lomis.
Meryl Streep.
Yes.
Meryl Streep.
I can hear the chants. Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep it is. So we get to 3-3. Here's the next question, Mark. Question
Also
I
4.
would have
need
gotten
to
a ripple
I
in
need
a
to learn
studio
how to
audience for
spell her
sure there,
name
Alvarez.
correctly,
Your next
probably.
question is in the world of Oscars. Meryl Streep knows a little bit about that. Which actress received Oscar nominations for her performances in the films The Fighter, The Master, and Vice? Okay, rank those 3 movies.
Well,
Fighters 1.
yeah.
Vice.
I would go Fighter, Vice, and Master. Yeah,
I might go Masters.
I liked Vice a lot.
You gonna count down?
In a second, 5.
I got nothing. Sorry.
4,
Sorry,
3.
nothing comes to mind.
2. Well, 1. I was following the numbers. I don't know what Sam's putting his hands up about. And okay, now we start with Frankie.
I believe that's Melissa Leo.
That is incorrect, Brother Lomis.
Amy Adams.
Yes, it is. As we see ourselves 4-3. 4-3. Next question. Next question. Here we go. Category of horror/thriller. Who directed the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead?
Okay, Ellis family
Again,
history question.
read the
Christian.
question before.
We used to go to
I
church
need to
really
start
only because we could
that.
stop where on the way home?
Ralph's.
Dunkin' Donuts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down. And we start with Brother Lomis.
Sam
Zack
Raimi.
Snyder.
That is incorrect. Frankie?
The internet's favorite, Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
That's
the
correct.
internet's
Ties it back
favorite.
up. So
Yeah.
back and forth we go so far. 4-4 between the two rookies. And we get to our next question.
Yeah, they've experienced their first miss, but they don't look routed at all, Chris.
Hey,
I
I
feel
got
like
the
we're
same
announcing a
score
match
as
for
they
2
do.
seasoned veterans, and we'll test that with this next category because it's in the world of comedies. I love you guys. Your question for a point: which 1990s comedy starring Adam Sandler has the tagline, "He's gonna party like it's 1985"? The year I was playing with He-Man toys nonstop.
Me too. I'm watching it on television. 5,
Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Frankie.
Billy Madison?
It's incorrect. And Brother Lomis?
The Wedding Singer.
Yes, sir. And 5-4. 5-4.
They were
Next
singing
question.
in the
Lomis
wedding.
takes the lead again. And we get to question 7. 80s movies. Who starred in the 1980s comedies Bachelor Party, Punchline, and The Burbs.
Sticking in the world of 80s. I feel like you and I would be doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, I think we're doing all right. Not bad.
Much better than that Inner Geekdom one yesterday. Whew.
That was tough. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we start with Lomis.
The
verb is the word.
Correct. And Frankie?
Tom Hanks.
Okay, so just 1 point
I probably
separates
should have
them.
known
Lomis
that,
6,
but I didn't.
Alvarez 5 as we get to our next question.
And that is in the
final question.
category of dramas. You are correct, Christian. It is the final
Dramas.
question in round number 1. For a point, here it is. Terry Gilliam directed Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges in what 1991 drama?
I like that new clock, by the way. Do you see that thing right near your head? Like
What do you mean see it? I can hear it. It's right there.
Just telling you, I love it. It's really nice. It looks
In my
solid.
room.
5, 4, 3.
Give me a repeat, please.
First one for Frankie.
Certainly. 2 JT rules left. In the category of dramas, the question, Terry Gilliam directed Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges in what 1991 drama? You seen that movie, that Tom Hanks movie Punchline recently? Still holds up.
Yeah, it's different. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Frank?
Nah, I didn't have
I
ever
don't
patches.
know.
That's incorrect, Brother Lomas.
The Fisher King?
Yes, the Fisher King is correct.
The
and
king
it
of
is
fishes.
7-5. 7-5. Lomas goes up by 2 as we get into round number 2.
Round number 2 works like thus. It's the wheel round. Welcome to your
I got
first
4
wheel
so
round,
far,
gentlemen.
so
It's the wheel of fate,
not looking
doom,
good for me.
justice. I don't know if crying or praying is going to do you any good. All you really got to do is think, because it's a virtual wheel, so your mind will spin it. Once you settle on a category, you're going to hear 4 questions from that realm. Each question is worth 2 points. The questions are just directed at you. However, stealing, yep, it's available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4
Is
options, one of
stealing
which
the
is
path
the
of the
correct
righteous
answer. At
man?
that point, the value of the question drops to 1. So, Christian, because Lomis is enjoying a 2-point advantage over Frankie Alvarez after round 1, Lomis is going to have a decision to make now. Would you like to spin first or defer to your Derek Jeter-loving opponent?
Well, Brother Alvarez must experience the true weight of my judgment, so I will go first.
And Gucci got 60 seconds to talk to Lomas starting now.
Wonderful debut. Wonderful. Like we had, yesterday with the steak dinner for all our faction members. Basically, you crushed it.
I have several
Fantastic
questions.
stuff. I like the idea of going first here. The big man said it. You went with it. Let's take him out here. Let's do it.
Let the truth be revealed.
Remember that. Multiple choice too. We got it.
All right, here is the wheel now. Brother Lomas is going to go first here. And, of course, here's the spin. Mark, he's going to spin, and if he doesn't like what he spins the first time, he can spin again, unless, of course, it lands on opponent's choice. Then Frankie will decide what Lomas will answer.
And we got a sponsored wheel slice. Mel Brooks.
It's Akira Kurosawa is the category. 60 seconds to decide.
I don't think it's going to take it.
We know what the man upstairs is saying here, and the answer is
Let us see if there's more truth elsewhere.
yes. That's
All right, so there's the spin.
Well put.
right.
we don't want to give the
Round it
Brooklyn
goes.
Brawler Steve Lombardi anything either.
Sponsored slice is Mel Brooks by one of our lovely patrons. Thanks to all of our patrons out there. If Mel Brooks is what it lands on.
Christopher Nolan. He's
Christopher
got
Nolan.
Christ
Christopher
in the
Nolan
name.
is the spin. So, Lomas, you're going to get 4 questions here in the realm of Christopher Nolan. Are you ready?
Indeed, Creator, I am ready.
All right, here we go. Here is the question, the first one. Which actor plays Mr. Dawson, a civilian sailor that tries to save lives in Dunkirk?
Probably Cillian
Mark
Murphy.
Rylance.
Mark
maybe
Rylance
not.
is right for 2 points. Here is the second one. In which Christopher Nolan film will you hear the following quote? You and your friends better batten down the hatches, because when it hits, you're all going to wonder how you ever thought you could live so large and leave so little for the rest of us.
The Dark
The Dark
Knight
Knight.
Rises.
It's correct for 2 points.
I said
All
the Dark
here
Knight,
it is. Here's
not
the
the Dark
third one.
Now it makes more sense.
In Christopher Nolan's Inception, Aradane's totem is a slightly hollowed out chess piece. What chess piece is in it?
It's either the knight or the
Multiple
bishop.
choice.
Is it A, rook, B, queen, C, knight, D, bishop?
A knight. I'm going to go with that. It's either a knight or a bishop, but I think I remember knight more.
Bishop.
For 1 point. Correct. All right, your final question here,
I mean,
Lomis,
I knew-
in the realm of
I knew part of the answer.
Christopher Nolan. Here it is.
Before they said the multiple
Okay.
choice, I'm giving myself a point.
In the film The Prestige, Michael Caine's character explains
Oh, okay.
that every great magic trick has how many parts?
There are 3 parts to a magic trick.
3 is correct. As we now see after this round, 14-5. Lomis goes up. Only going to multiple choice 1. Very strong in Christopher Nolan. All right, we're going to drop Lomis out and
9
bring in
point
Sam.
lead. That's
Sam, you got
good
60
lead to
seconds
have.
starting now.
All right. Thank you very much, Christian. Dude, first off, I mean, this is really more just a whole season thing. Tom, it's not a great idea, Gucci, to give away that your guy spun his wheel choice. Because now we all know that little celebration. It's just a giveaway. So now at least, in the future, we know that's what he's going to put on the wheel every time, Chris Nolan. So there you go. But the good news is for you, we requested every other slice on the wheel, didn't we, Frank?
Every single other one.
So we're great, no matter what it lands on.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so proud of you. You're crushing it right now, okay? Put any doubt out of your mind. We have gone over this. I know where your strengths are, and they're all over that wheel, man. So I just want you to take a couple deep breaths and keep shining like you've been doing.
All right. Let's do it.
Right?
Yep.
All right, so now thank you, Sam, and Frank will have the spin. Same thing for Frank. Here's the spin. If Frank lands on something he doesn't like, just like Lomis, he can spin away from it, unless, of course, it lands on opponent's choice, then he's going to have to take whatever Lomis gives to him.
Right. Or if it's Chris Nolan, remember that.
Correct. 80s. Thank you for reminding me about that again, Sam.
Anytime.
You got it, buddy. 80s. All right, 80s movies, 60 seconds to decide. Obviously, Sam would have taken it.
I enjoy the 80s as not only a decade, but an age. However, I don't feel this is the right move for us right now.
Yeah, just to clarify, this is the 1980s?
This is the 1980s, John Roca, yes.
Okay, all right.
If
Well,
it were
then
the
that
1880s,
1880s, I would have swept.
yeah,
the
we
board.
would have taken it for sure. But 1980s, we will spin again.
All right, spin again. Now, whatever Frankie gets on this one, he's going to have to take. And here is the spin.
Come on, wheel. Papa needs some new shoes.
James Stewart.
James Stewart.
Okay.
James Stewart. All right, Mark,
Yikes.
we're going to get 4 questions.
I don't
in the
think I'm
realm
getting to
of
10 points
James
today.
Stewart.
Just
That's
saying.
right. He also went by Jimmy, and Christian does an impression. Go.
Nope.
Bit of a heads up.
Back to me, and 4 questions lurk in the category of Jimmy Stewart for Frankie Alvarez. If he sweeps the category, he's going to pull to within 1 of Brother Lomis's lead as we head into round 3. We are not there yet. Your first question for 2 points in the world of Mr. Stewart. Who directed James Stewart in the films Rope and The Man Who Knew Too Much?
Alfred Hitchcock.
2 points closer to
Okay.
Lomis's lead, Christian.
All right, here's question number 2.
And that is, for 2 more points, in the film Harvey, James Stewart's character has an invisible best friend, the titular Harvey, who is what kind of animal?
For some reason, a gorilla comes to mind.
Make it multiple choice, please.
All right, your 4 options for a point. Is it A, a dog, B, a cat, C, a rabbit, or D, a bear?
A dog was my second choice, so I'm going to go with the dog.
I'm gonna go with rabbit.
It's a big rabbit, too, like 6 feet tall. That's correct
Yeah.
for a point.
It does make sense.
We move on.
If you know
World
the
of James
character,
Stewart
so-
to your penultimate question in round number 2, Mr. Alvarez.
Oh wait, I was
Which
thinking of a different
legendary
movie, sorry.
actor co-starred with James Stewart in the westerns The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance and The Shootist?
John Wayne. Because
Just be careful.
Why
Give me
not?
multiple choice, please.
All right, for another point, your 4 options. Is it A, Henry Fonda, B, John Wayne, C, Gregory Peck, or D, Kirk Douglas?
I'm going to go John Wayne.
You are correct, Pilgrim, for another point. And we move to your final question in round number 2. And it is, James Stewart provides the voice of the character Sheriff Wiley Burp in what 1990s animated film?
That is An American Tail, Fievel Goes West.
It's the hardest question, and he just aced it, Christian. That's another 2 points for Frankie Alvarez, and he has shown a lot of backbone against Brother Lomis.
It was good. He played it safe, but he also he got himself 14-11. He's only down by 3, and if you would have missed those, could have been massive. Could have been massive. Smart playing by Alvarez. 14-11, Lomis over Alvarez, and we get to the round number 3, Mark. It is the final round. How's it go?
Pretty sure these fellas know how it works, but just for everybody watching at home, here we go. Round number 3. This is the round that will determine the match, lest we go to sudden death overtime, and the math indicates it is a distinct possibility, in the words of Donald Sutherland. So what we need to start round 3 is a series of numbers from each competitor. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 integers from each of you. You may not pick the same numerals as your opponent because each one corresponds to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Your first question's worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your final one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 of the biggest points of your Schmoedown career thus far. So Frankie finds himself trailing by 3, and so that's going to leave the decision once again with Brother Lomis. On a scale of 1 to 20, what are your 3 favorite numbers?
Well, as any fan of biblical numerology knows, there's only 3 possible choices: 3, 7, and 12.
3.
That is true.
7,
yeah,
and
3,
12
7,
for
and
Lomis
12.
and for Alvarez.
I'm going to go 8.
I agree with that.
5 and 16.
8, 5, and 16 for the animal. Got 60 seconds to talk to your competitor here, Gooch, starting now.
Those are the holy numbers.
True.
Fantastic.
Yes, they are, my brother.
Just like we talked about. Now we're
Your guidance has been impeccable.
I mean, we're mixing the Gucci juice to go on sale soon too. That he's going to sell at his church.
No, we're not. We're not.
I don't want to know what that juice is.
Play it here.
It comes in stained glass bottles.
It's true. It does. It's a nice 3-point lead here. Fantastic job so far. Still got all your JTE rules. Let's take them here. Let's
Thank
get
you,
it.
Glorious One. Thank you.
Stay calm.
It really scares me that someone calls Gucci the Glorious. So, Sam, you got 60
Moving
seconds
on to
talk
the
Frankie.
inglorious one.
Dude, I cannot tell you how impressed with you I am right now. You absolutely aced the Jimmy Stewart round. That was epic, man. The game starts right here and now. This is round 3. This is where everything gets thrown out. This is where games are won or lost, and you have put yourself in a great position to keep this thing going. I know what you know, and I'm still betting on you right now. All my money is on you. Do not think about the scores. Just think about using your 2 JTE rules if you need them. And you know what you know, and it's more than the other guy. And that's what we're here to do.
Well, thank you, Inglorious One. I will take this knowledge with me moving forward.
So we are going to get to the 3rd and final round here. So we asked Frankie, who will be answering questions first, who needs to answer his 2 and his 3 in order to bounce it back to Lomis. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here's your first one. Will Smith appears as Detective Del Spooner in what 2000s science fiction film?
Is it iRobot?
My faction mate is going to kill me because I don't have this.
Who is he referring to, I wonder?
I Am Robot.
That is correct. That is correct.
Did I say
2 points.
iRobot?
2 points. All right. 2 points.
No,
there,
wait a
2
minute.
points.
There's
All right, question
iRobot and
number 2,
I Am
so bounce it
Legend.
back.
What
to
the
Brother
hell?
Lomis. And in the category
I'm
of
giving
action
myself a
adventure,
point for
which
this.
is category
What
5,
is happening?
action adventure. And here is your
What is
3-pointer.
I Am Robot?
All right, in the category of action adventure.
I gotta look this up later.
Which 80s action sequel is known for the line diplomatic immunity?
I don't think it's an 80s, but No, it's not. It's definitely not an 80s. Is it U.S. Marshals? That's not an 80s movie.
4, 3.
So it must be something
JT,
else.
please.
All right. Which 80s action sequel is known for the line diplomatic immunity?
No, wait, that's a different movie. Yes, now it's coming back to me.
And 5, 4,
Ah!
3, 2, 1.
I don't have it.
For Lethal Weapon 2. Lethal
Oh!
Weapon 2. All right. So
Yes.
here is where we are.
Yeah.
Frankie needs to hit his 5. Hits his 5, it bounces back to Lomis.
Twist Marshals.
However, if he misses, the Finstock exchange and Brother Lomis will pick up the TKO here. And here is the category, Frankie, 16, comedy. Comedy. All right, here you go. Okay. You can find the automotive company Callahan Auto, run by Brian Dennehy, in what 1995 comedy?
Blessed be the great Chris Farley was in Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy is correct, and
go,
we
baby.
bounce back to Brother Lomis. Brother Lomis is going to have to answer some questions here. If he hits his 2 and his 3, he can win the game. Mark, what's he got?
Well, Christian, he selected very biblical numbers in nature. That is 3, 7, and 12. And so his 3-point question, his number 3 question, that's going to be his 2-pointer, is in the category of the one, the only, well, the many, directors. And your
Needs
question.
of the many.
For 2 points. Brother Lomis, who directed Tom Hanks in the 2000 film Castaway?
Robert Zemeckis. I think. Was it Robert Zemeckis?
Ron Howard?
That is incorrect. Looking for Robert Zemeckis.
Yes, I
All right,
got
so
it!
now we get to the
I redeemed myself from the previous Tom
the
Hanks
3-point question for Brother Lomis in the realm of horror, Mark.
That's right. It is in the realm of horror. And I'm not sure how a brother feels about that. But your 3-point question, this could pull you to within 1 of Alvarez's lead. And it is. Who directed the horror film The Green Inferno?
Wes Craven.
That's incorrect. Looking for Eli Roth and Christian. It all suddenly comes down to a 5-point question. Brother Lomis now must correctly answer if he wants to win. He'll get a 1-point victory if he does, but if he misses, then Frankie Alvarez, the animal, is going to be 1-0 in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
We are looking for category number 12. Once again, like you said, Lomis hits it, he wins the game. If he misses it, Frankie Alvarez and the usual suspects pick up 2 more points to gain the lead in first place here. All right, Mark, what do we got?
We got crime, Christian. We have crime is the film category where the 5-point question takes place. Brother Lomis, for 5 points and the win. Your question. What famous actor played corrupt cop Hank Quinlan in 1958's Touch of Evil?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
First one.
All right, 2 JT rules remain. In the category of crime movies for 5 points, what famous actor played corrupt cop Hank Quinlan in 1958's Touch of Evil?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Repeat.
Second one.
All right. You have one remaining. What famous actor played corrupt cop Hank Quinlan in 1958's Touch of Evil?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
Last one.
All right. In the category of crime movies, the question, what famous actor played corrupt cop Hank Quinlan in 1958's Touch of Evil?
Five.
Jimmy Cagney.
And your winner, Frankie!
Alvarez!
The answer was Orson Welles, and Alvarez and the usual suspects pick up the big W. What a massive victory this was here. Sam and Frankie Alvarez taking the win. Guys, we're going to get you guys to Steph Sabra in just a moment. Congratulations on the big win as the suspects take over first place with that victory. Congratulations to both Sam and Frankie. What a massive, massive comeback. It looked like Lomis had it. He had three going into the round. He had one. He had two directors that got him back to back. The Zemeckis and then Eli Roth, and then three directors if you count Orson Welles that got him back to back to back.
Yeah,
and Alvarez had a tough three, had a good five, and then he did the job. So the animal comes back and does what animal does, survives.
Yeah, Christian, both competitors with a sterling performance in rounds 1 and 2. They clearly were not phased. Once you get to round 3 and you really feel the weight of the match lingering with every twitch and movement, you start to get a little sweaty, you get a little gamey, and we saw that in these rookie performances. But the mettle that both of these gentlemen showed in their very first outing, they popped their cherry in the most glorious way possible in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, because you had to do two things today. Not only did you have to compete for a match, but you also had to get over with the fans. And I believe Brother Lomis and Frankie the Animal Alvarez have accomplished that feat in spades. Only one could win. That goes to Frankie today with a great performance by him. But Brother Lomis, someone to be feared in the future in the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Yeah, we're going to talk to a very excited Frankie the Animal Alvarez and Sam Levine, who's equally excited, with Steph Sabra. So, Steph, take it away.
Thanks, Christian. What a win for the usual suspects. Congrats, Frankie. You pulled through at the end. I know before going into this, you had questioned whether or not Gucci would be a good manager for you. How are you feeling after this win? I know Sam was giving you a great pep talks in between each round.
I feel great. You know, I think, you know, the biggest, I think the biggest mountain to climb over is that first win. So getting it, you know, in a way that I honestly didn't feel super confident going into round 3, and getting it because of round 3, it makes me feel a lot better.
And Sam, you now have 3 wins. How are you feeling? You have IG, Star Wars, and now singles. What's that feeling like?
That's a free
it's pretty great. I mean, you know, everybody likes to be a Monday morning quarterback after the draft, but I got 3 rookies who are victorious in their first 3 matches, and I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm not going to be, you know, cocky or anything. It's, you know, it's a long season, but certainly based on how these matches have gone, especially today with Frank, I feel terrific, because not just that I got players who are strong, but I got players who are strong and always willing to put in the work to get better. And that's what I think has been the secret to our success so far. And Frank just, I mean, never gave up today. Like I said to him, matches are won and lost in round 3. There's no multiple, there's no timeouts, there's no whiteboards. You either know it or you don't. And he knew more than the other guy, and that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, Frankie, you were down 3 going into that final round, but you showed a lot of grit and came through. What was your mindset going into that? Were you worried that you had lost the match?
You know, I think going through James Stewart in the second round gave me a lot of confidence. It's something that I had not necessarily known I was that well versed in. So going into round 3, I had more confidence than I did coming out of round 1. I'll tell you that. And by the grace of God, listen, Chris Farley, I'm a big SNL fan. He's my favorite SNL cast member of all time. I was one of those young, dumb kids with a graphic tee that said Callahan Auto Parts. So getting that, I think Brother Lomis might have prayed to the wrong God, because the God helped me out this week and gave me that question. So I feel really good. And, I have to thank Sam, my faction members, Rachel, who took time out of their schedule to help me. And I could not be more grateful for them.
Yeah, shout out to the comedy gods and your faction. Now you're 1-0. Who's on your hit list next? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I don't necessarily know who's on my hit list next. I think anyone that's in my way is going to have to, I think I proved today they're going to have to put up or shut up. I'm not going to succumb to mind games. Apparently, Gucci was trying to start, talk smack to me online, but he never tagged me in any of the things that he wanted to talk to me about. So clearly that shows where his confidence level is. I'm ready for anyone. I'm getting right to the books after this. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing with the people that have gotten me here to prepare for whoever decides that they want to go up against the animal next.
Well, you heard it here. If you want to talk smack, make sure you at Frankie. Back to you at the desk.
All right, Mark. Well, obviously a very, very excited Frankie Alvarez and Sam Levine. When you look at what Sam's done so far, Sam had a tough last season, man. And like he said, people were giving him crap about the draft. He comes out here and he makes a statement. You got Amaru Moses winning his match, Marie wins, and now Frankie wins, and Sam finds himself somewhere he wasn't even close to last year, and that's first place. He is in sole position of first place over the dungeon right now. He's got 1 point over the dungeon, and man, this was a massive win for Frankie. He was down by 3, and that shows. This is what I was talking to you about not too long ago, Mark. The difference between rookies today and rookies past was that we now can see these people who have come up in the game and who understand the game more so than people what are the rules? What is? Even Brother Lomis knew to use his 3 repeats. They played this game like people who know the game inside and out. So it was impressive to watch by both competitors.
Yeah, our rookie season, we literally made up the rules as we went along. Yeah. But with Frankie Alvarez, Christian, you look at him and you see that sports element that he brings to competition, where you feel like you're watching a Yankees-Orioles game with him at a sports bar. He's going crazy after the big answers. He's living and dying with every question. That's what you'll love to see. And as fans, that's the kind of competitor you glom onto. But you brought up that Moses Swift match that we just witnessed. Those are 2 rookies that were also highly touted, and unfortunately, only one can win their inaugural match when that is the scenario. And so I don't think anybody's looking past Jesse Swift just because he took an L. And I don't think anybody's going to be looking past Brother Lomis, not only for the outrageous character that he is, but also because he displayed a wealth of knowledge in a variety of categories today. Just came up a little short.
Yeah, and we are going to be standing by with Gucci, Steph, and Brother Lomis, who I'm sure it's got to be a different feeling than what we just saw. Take it away, Steph.
Thanks, Christian and Mark. I'm here with Gucci and Brother Lomis. That was a tough match, but well fought. Gucci, how are you feeling about this match?
Is Brother Lomis allowed to speak
look,
to women?
In true fashion, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. We played well here. We know we're better than that. The Finstock Exchange is ran like a financial institution, okay? We're structured to keep people down. Fortunately, that didn't happen today, but it will happen. Now, Lomis, his questions were tough. They weren't easy. He dominated that whole game. Technically, if you really think about it, we won for the most part.
Sure.
Brother Lomis, I wonder if that's how you're feeling after you came. I saw you praying during the game. You're praying. What is going through your mind?
Well, clearly this evening there was too much sinfulness in my heart to cleanse Brother Alvarez properly. But Brother Lomis will go back to the trivia, and he will rid all weakness from inside, and he will redeem the Finstock Exchange from this glorious humiliation.
Well, Brother Lomis, I will say a lot of people are loving who you are and what you bring to the table. The one thing in question was, how were you with trivia? And I think that you proved that you are a big contender in this game. But what is one thing that you want to say to the haters that are still questioning what you can do in this league?
To all of the non-believers, I just encourage you. Accept the truth of Brother Gucci now, because soon we will unleash the inferno, and you will either come by force or you will come by fire.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Christian and Mark.
Well, he seemed pissed off, Mark. He seemed pissed off.
A little bit.
He seemed pissed off, and I want to give a donation.
It got darker in my place, and I'm pretty sure that Brother Lomis cast some sort of spell that is slowly invading. That might be locusts that are blocking out some of the light here. I'm getting nervous now.
Look, man, it was a great match. It was a great match. He looked awesome. He looked awesome. He was at 7 points in the first round. He did great in the second. Sam Levine said it. Sam Levine said it when he was talking to Frankie in the third round. The third round is everything. The third round is make or break, and that is what happened. Frankie Alvarez did not, even when he had that tough three-pointer, he didn't stop and complain. He didn't throw his hands up in the air. He didn't get upset about anything. He just stayed in the pocket, and he hit the 5. He didn't worry about it. And the same goes for Brother Lomis. Brother Lomis, even though he had those 2 questions back-to-back, the 2 and the 3, he was like, okay, well, give me the 5. He just had a third round that he just didn't know. He'll be back. We know he'll be back, but it's a tough start for the Exchange, who really wanted to get a win for their first one out.
Christian, we saw a variety of character here today that ranges up there with Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. But once the match started, they both became the Miller, just telling the tale of answering correct questions round after round, and then we get to round 3. And round 3, we've seen veterans struggle with some of the questions and how much it can throw them off. So the fact that these 2 rookies had to endure that, you know that they're going to come back even stronger and even hungrier for victory next time. Doesn't matter whether you win or lose today. What matters is what you learned from that experience. I think both of these fellas are going back to school probably already.
That's absolutely right. All right, we got a lot coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. Today, you saw Alvarez versus Lomis. Tomorrow, you talk about a massive match. Chance Ellison from Corruption goes up against Brendan the Kid Meyer from the Quirky Mercs. What a fight that will be. And next week, Brandon Hanna versus Eric Zipper. Lacey Gillerin versus Gold Leader. Janine the Machine versus Jader Paramo. And then the big pay-per-view that is going to happen on March 19th, that same night. You're going to get Bibiani. William the Beast Bibiani, former champion, against former champion Paul Oyama in the undercard. That is a main event anytime else except the Star Wars Championship of the World is on the line, as the reigning champion, who already has 4 defenses, looks to get title defense number 5 as he puts it on the line against the Hunter, Andrew Dimolanta. And you guys can get all the big pay-per-views that we have. We got 3 of them a month. You can get them for $10 a month at the Patreon level, and that includes next year's free-for-all. Next year? Next month.
Next month's
free-for-all. It's going to happen. We're bringing it back. The free-for-all is going to be back. That'll be one of the 3 pay-per-views in April. So join up today. Sign up today if you haven't already. Mark, what a season it is.
Yeah, the poor kid's doing a lot of talking. I'll close this up here. Because Christian's right. I put together these amazing lineups that you're seeing for the next year and for the foreseeable future. But Christian, it's about competition, it's about sports, it's about entertainment, and we got all of those today. Make sure you subscribe right here if you're watching us on YouTube. Follow us on social media, wherever you enjoy, at the Schmoedown. For my partner in crime, Christian, the creator, George Darth Harloff, I am merely Mark Baby Carrots Ellis, saying thanks for watching. Leave a comment, click that like button, and we'll see you next time at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, that was a match. Well, we now know what Brother Lomis can do. I think he played great. I mean, he did a good job. He just stumbled in round 3 a little bit, which, I mean, happens to everyone. I mean, in my debut match in the fan leagues, I played pretty much similar. I mean, I had a much worse round 1, but I crushed it in round 2. I pretty much did the same thing that he did. I answered 3 correct and only went to multiple choice once. Didn't even need a repeat. But my third round, which is different from the format in this match, granted, but that was where my downfall was, and that was why I lost the match. So, yeah, Brother Lomis played great, I think. This is my score. I got 8. And yeah, this might be one of my worst scores. Definitely my worst score this year, but I mean, I got 4 questions right, round 1, and like maybe 3 more later down the road. But in any case, this is why I don't compete in singles. This is why I'm only a Star Wars and IG guy. But yeah, great debut match for the 2 of them. Now I got a bunch of other matches I need to watch, so I gotta run and watch those. So this is everything for tonight. For this match, not everything for tonight. I still got a bunch of stuff I need to do, and I will see you guys on the next match. Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.